5 steps you can use to qualify your prospects right now. I assume you are in a situation where you already done your lead generation, you have been already setting appointments, and now it's a time to have your first conversation, your discovery call, your sales call, your initial call, whatever you call it. Now, your goal is to qualify your prospect, to understand if there is actually a fit between the customer needs and as well your product or service that you're offering. There are 5 very simple steps that you can apply in any prospect conversation to find out if the prospect is qualified for your product or not. Those are the points I'm gonna cover in this video so that you can qualify far more effectively your prospect. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, then you're missing out on a lot of awesome topics like HR, team development, business growth, sales, career development, and so on. So all of those topics I'll be covering in this YouTube channel. If those topics are really interesting you, then I suggest you to subscribe to my YouTube channel before we move on. Fantastic. So let's get started with step number 1. Now you have a prospect on the call. Let's assume that you already start your conversation with your prospect and you already start to do this small talk, you already get the introduction and so on. And now it's a time where you have to be now asking questions to further understand the situation of the other person. So this is where the qualify process comes in play. So what is the most important thing you have to check in the qualifying process? The first thing that you'll have to do is you have to identify the current situation of your prospect. Basically describing their business, how the routines are running, what kind of processes are working. Over here is basically to understand, well, where are you at right now? You'll have to identify in the first step in what current state the person is. In the second step is you'll have to find out what kind of challenges that your prospect has in the current state to achieve the next level. You'll have to go more on asking questions more into the challenges that they are going through. So you'll have to here identify what are the pain points of your customer, and maybe there are a few of them. Most of the time it's just one single pain point, it's one single goal that they try to fix, and that's your goal to identify in the challenge phase the number 1 challenge that your prospect needs to overcome. In step 3, you want to find out what your prospect tried already out to solve their challenge and to solve their problem. What has worked? What were the results of testing out this? Why this didn't work? Like, you want to investigate more on what kind of solutions your prospect has tried out so far. And then in step 4, you want to find out, okay, so if those solutions didn't work in the past and you're looking for something better, how would it look like? What's the ideal solution that you want to have? What have you planned out already? So in step 4, you want to find out what's the ideal solution your prospect is looking for. And you can very simply ask, what else have you thought about to solve your problem? If there were an ideal product out there or service out there, how would it look like? What should it include? So basically, you are over here trying to define what's the ideal solution for your prospect. And here you can identify as well very well if there are some features, benefits, or uses in your product or service that might fit and correspond to the prospect's wishes. So that's basically step 4, identifying what will be the ideal solution. And in step 5, you want to summarize the whole qualify conversation part and to confirm your understanding. So how does this look like? Well, you can say something like this. Well, Mr. Prospect, let me see if I understood this correctly. So you're current in this situation, you're doing these things, and your biggest challenge is this. And you have tried so far to solve this challenge and this problem by doing this, this, and that. But somehow that didn't work out the way as you wanted. So you're looking for something that can give you this and that and that, and like this, you're gonna achieve your goal. Have I understood this so far correctly? And that's in step 5. You confirm the understanding, and now you can decide to introduce your product or service because you see that there is a fit between what the customer wants and what you have to offer. or if you see that maybe there is not the right fit in between you. And now let us assume you have a fit. Then you just say something very simple like, okay, so based on what you're telling me, it seems to be a very good fit between what we do. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do. So this is a kind of way on how you can end your qualify by confirming your understanding and summarizing the qualify call. So those are the 5 steps that you can use in any qualify conversation with your prospect. And if we summarize it, then it will be like, number 1, what's the situation? What's the complication? What have you tried so far? What's the ideal solution? Did I understand this correctly? If you've done those 5 steps, you're gonna see how well you're gonna be qualifying your prospects on your next conversation. So those are the 5 steps you can be using to qualify your prospect so that you know that you make sure that there is a right fit between the customer needs and your product solution. If you liked this video and you found it very helpful, then make sure to hit the like button. I appreciate it. This gives me feedback that I understand that I'm going the right direction with my videos and is very valuable for you. And if you have any questions regarding this process or anything about sales or prospecting or maybe having a closing conversation, then simply comment below. I wish you a lot of success in your business and I look forward to see you in the next video.